You kind of get the fear that suddenly the rock might just like collapse in and... We're on our way to Sozopol and we decided to stop off at a place called Beglik Tash. Yes, Beglik Tash, which apparently is the Bulgarian Stonehenge. As soon as Ewan gets his camera out, these little flies are like totally attracted to it. It's the weirdest thing. If you watched last week's vlog, you know that we were plagued by them while we were in Cinemarets. Anyway, this place sounds quite interesting. It's an ancient Thracian sanctuary, and apparently they believe that it was man-made. Apparently it holds mystic magic, and anyone who comes here who's feeling negative energy will feel positivity and will leave feeling energized. So yeah, well, let's have a look and see if that's the case. Apparently when you make a wish here, when you leave it'll come true. I'm sure you can all guess what our wish is. Beglik Tash was discovered in 2003 and is the earliest Thracian megalithic sanctuary found so far on the Black Sea coast. So you get a little guide when you get here, and it's in English, and it tells you what each of the stones was. So this one, the altar, this one, the throne, is actually a boulder with a seat carved into it, and it was just the Thracian king priest who was allowed to sit here when he conducted ceremonies. But actually the view from this rock, if you sit down, it's actually really pretty impressive actually. And it is actually really like a really serene view. It's handy to have this, but I think it would be good if you actually had a guide. There is a woman there, but she's speaking in Bulgarian, I think, but it would probably give a wee bit more context to all this. But that's pretty impressive, nonetheless. So apparently those holes, which are now wasps' nests, judging by the amount of wasps that are going into them, but back in the day they filled these holes with oil, and they were part of like the magical ritual that they did. So this one next to me is called the chopped stone, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's so smooth on the back, and just the shape of it is pretty amazing. There's no way that just got here on its own, is there? I mean, it must have been put here by someone. The site is believed to have been used from 14th to 4th century BC. There's a local legend that before their journey for the Golden Fleece, Jason and the Argonauts visited this sanctuary and spoke with prophets and offered sacrifices to the gods. So this is the Dolmen sacred cave, and apparently it symbolises the womb of the mother goddess. Quite apt for us. I guess if we were to make a wish, this would probably be the site to make that wish on. So this is the Labyrinth, and apparently this is where the non-initiated would come through to kind of like become spiritual, I think. Yeah, like looking for spiritual
guidance.
Yeah.
Awakening?
Or yeah, awakening I think would be the word. But according to this, the left direction was considered to be the one that was the kind of like correct way, the true and the good way to go. But I was just saying to you, and you would have to be pretty skinny to make it through the left. Have a look. So apparently this is the underworld of Hades. It's a narrow slit in which the selected descendant has the supreme test. So basically what they're saying is if they can get through here, then...
You've got to be skinny.
Wow, I mean, I don't think I'm going to try that, because you wouldn't want to do that if you were claustrophobic, would you? Nah, I don't want to do it. I'm not true, I'm not... During the Turkish occupation, pastors would pay the Turkish tax collectors with sheep on the meadow in front of the sanctuary. Beglik means sheep tax, and Tash means rock in Turkish. Maybe this is what they meant by the left passage, because I suppose it depends what entrance you take into the labyrinth. But this is certainly a narrow one as well. But it's a little bit more doable, I feel. Let's attempt it. Oh my god! It's not the most pleasant thing. I've never been between two rocks like this, kind of squeezed in. You kind of get the fear that suddenly the rock might just like collapse in and I'll be dead. Oh my god, I think I have to go sideways, but I don't think the bag's helping. Wow. Imagine if you got stuck here. You had to get like the fire brigade to... How would you get out actually? Wow, stone feels so smooth and it's quite cold to the touch, which is nice on a hot day like this. Ewan just put his cheek on it.
That's my mountain.
That's nice. Oh, jeez. Nearly there. This bit's a little bit tricky right enough. Oh dear, I'm stuck. Literally stuck. Oh my god. I can't reach down to the ground, baby.
I can't get me.
Oh god. This is where your t-shirt's already ripped, because well, I've never done anything like that before. I've never kind of been in between two stones as tight as that. It was an experience.
Between a rock and a hard place.
Exactly. So we're just heading to the oracle's house now, which is the remains of a priest residence from the late period of the sanctuary, 4th century AD. So, wow, I mean, that gives you an idea of how ancient this place actually is. So there's quite a few walking trails here. You can go to capes, you can also go to an ancient like ruined church, but unfortunately we haven't got a map, and I could imagine it'd be quite easy to actually get lost here because there's like numerous little paths going off on different angles, so we're a little bit tight for time today, so I think we're going to just head back to the car and head on to Sozopol. I just want to point something out. So I think it's very clear to see now that I do not react well to mosquito bites or biting insects of any kind. Look at my knees. Or no, my calves. Look at this. I feel like that person that you'd notice on holiday and you'd point and you'd be like, oh my god, look at those bites. That's me now. Like, oh, it's so horrible. I just want to rip my skin off. I went to the chemist and they gave me some like gel stuff to put on and some lavender kind of water. But I really wanted antihistamine, but she wouldn't give me any, so I'm going to see if I can find another chemist to get that. But it kind of worries me for Thailand because I know I'm going to get bitten loads there as well, and it just kind of ruins the trip. So if anyone's got any tips, I know I've asked this before, but I don't know if there's any like natural supplements you can take that maybe like stop them biting you in the first place, or if they do bite you, you don't have such a bad reaction to them, because I just get such a bad reaction to them. It's really gets you down after a while. Like last night I just woke up in the middle of the night and I was just like scratching. Anyway, it's fine, I'll deal with it. But any tips, let me know in the comments below. It is actually a really peaceful place here. It does have a really nice vibe about it. Someone mentioned in one of the reviews that it was a really nice place to come and meditate, and actually I can totally see why that would be the case. It does just leave you feeling quite calm. So I'm glad we came. It was something a little bit different, but yeah, cool.